So there's been allegations that Universal Music Group, the record company, has allegedly asked Kendrick Lamar to end his beef with Drake because there's reportedly a lot of money at stake. Now, these are allegations that have since been denied by TMZ, but I'm going to go into the rumors that have been circulating, all right, and the information that I've collected surrounding this entire incident. Of course, everybody out there, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button before we get started here. We know about the rap beef between Kendrick Lamar, how volatile it became over the past weekend. And I mean, it's been going on for the past month or so, but things have really been picking up. And since Kendrick Lamar dropped They Not Like Us on the internet, basically, he's been breaking all types of records. He's had the highest downloads on Spotify. He's currently number one on the Hot 100 charts, and he's charting all four of his diss tracks is charting on the Hot 100, and he's breaking all kinds of records. Now, this is great for Kendrick Lamar. However, for Drake, based off of the allegations that he put into his raps, basically making claims that Drake had allegedly had a drug problem, he had illegitimate children, and these are informations and allegations that were exposed that Drake has, since denied on his rebuttal, his response record on the Heart Part 6. But with all of that information coming out, it says hurt Drake's image and his likeness overall, in my opinion. And of course, on social media, you can see it because there's so many people dragging Drake, making fun of Drake, and he's basically the laughing stock. But this is affecting Drake's money. Drake actually signed a $400 million deal with Universal Music Group, and this was reported through Yahoo and several other publications, basically explaining how Drake got a NBA size contract, may have you, for him to basically do all types of business in regards to his music and distribution. So I'm going to read some of that information. And it's the thing that's interesting about it. Even though they're denying it, it's like with all of the receipts that's here, it will make you think that it's possible that this meeting did happen, but did indeed happen. But of course, they have to protect its image. And like I said, it's alleged. Now, from what I've read on the internet, before I really get into the information regarding his deal on Yahoo, I'll read that to you. The statement that came out, it was reported on Mad Chill TV, another blog. It said from an insider waiting on proof in the form of documents, will update whenever I receive it. It says that PG Lang, which is Kendrick Lamar's record label that he owns, and XO, The Weeknd, as of yesterday, were asked by Universal Music Group to end their beef with OVO Drake. Kendrick apparently isn't budging at all, it states in this statement, but UMG is pressing hard on their requests to squash the beef. The statement also continues and says Universal Music Group also reportedly had a Zoom meeting with all parties involved, and they wanted Kendrick either directly to write an apology in a statement online, that Drake isn't a pedo, if you fill in the blanks right there, which is currently hurting his reputation and his brand, and basically have K. Dot agreed to end the beef. It also continues that it's stating that Drake reportedly is losing a lot, and UMG can clearly, see that he lost the rap battle, but now it's affecting his overall brand and their money. All right. And so with that, the biggest thing that really hurt his image and possible deals that he has with Nike and other different sponsors and brands was the pedo rumors that came out and was basically alleged by Kendrick Lamar on his records that he put out against Drake. So now there's a lot of issues going on because the people behind the scenes are risking the possibility of losing money due to this entire feud. Now, don't get it twisted. There's a lot of money being made. Clearly, both artist streams have gone up, but it's really negatively affecting Drake. Now, from the research that I've seen online, Kendrick Lamar's catalog has skyrocketed in regards to percentage and downloads. Meanwhile, they're reporting allegedly Drake's catalog has decreased by about 5%. So this is something that is affecting his brand in a negative way. Along with that, there is now violence that has ensued during the past week. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware that there was a shooting outside of Drake's house that was reported on the news in his home in Toronto where he lives, and his bodyguard was shot, and the person did a drive-by shooting and shot the bodyguard in the chest, and he almost died. So it's a lot going on, and today I have to do another video. You guys have to check out the next video. I'm going to report on that too. Today it was reported that someone broke into Drake's house and was actually inside of his house today on Wednesday, and this person was detained by the cops, and they had to get a mental. We'll say that for the next video, but let's just get back into the receipts in regards to why Universal Music Group may want this beef to end and all of the money that he could be losing. Now, I'm just going to get into these receipts and read all this information off to you guys so you guys can see exactly how this isn't benefiting Drake. Most people will view getting into beef as a good thing because, you know, when you go back and forth, the fans are into it. So they're more likely to download, buy, share, repost the music, just like they're doing with Kendrick Lamar. That's a great benefit. But it's also non-beneficial when you have allegations being placed upon you, which is hurting your reputation. And that's where it's at with Drake. Now, we noticed that on his last record, The Heart Part 6, it seemed as if he was waving a white flag because what Kendrick Lamar said, and Not Like Us, completely damaged his reputation. It was like the final nail in the coffin. It was basically cremation of his overall image. So this affected Drake, and it's not just Drake, it's also the people and Universal Music Group, which is interesting because Kendrick Lamar has a publishing deal with Universal Music Group, and he works with them. And the craziest thing about this situation is Kendrick Lamar and Drake also share the same booking agent. They have so much in common with sharing this agent named Brett Smith, allegedly from Wasserman Music. So it's just like, I'm pretty sure he's making a lot of money, and it was an article that was published by Page Six, basically saying that the agent could be making a lot of money right now, possibly because, you know, with the whole beef going on, there's so many downloads. It's a lot of financial profit on the streaming sites with people buying and downloading and supporting the artists and things of that nature. So, you know, that was something that was highlighted that I found interesting. And let me just read some of this Yahoo article so you guys can understand how much money Drake has made and how much is at stake and the possibility of this being true. Now, once again, I have to repeat, everything is alleged. This information was later denied, but I want you guys to listen to this and draw your own thoughts and your opinions from it. Okay, so it says Drake is a certified millionaire. A recent deal with Universal just made him $400 million richer. According to Variety, he may had a deal with Universal, which was completed in 2021. Though details are just now beginning to emerge about the extent of the deal. According to reports, Drake made $400 million in the deal that includes everything from song recordings to visual projects, okay? And you guys have to really think about it like this. He's also reportedly the producer of the hit show Euphoria. So I wonder if that's a part of the deals that he had made with Universal, because he's stepping out. He's not just making music, but he's stepping out and doing bigger projects now. So this is a big deal. Now, he also has business ties and deals with Nike and several other people. But let me just continue on. They're saying that this deal was the size of a LeBron James deal in the NBA, which is huge, encompassing recording, publishing, merchandise, and visual media projects, which is considered a 360 deal. Now, for you guys that don't know exactly what a 360 deal, as described here on Yahoo, it says Kendall Minter wrote a book about the evolution of the 360 deal in the music industry. In a nutshell, Minter explains that the 360 deal is when a record label can take a portion of every form of income that the artist may make off of his or her music. The rise of the 360 deal correlated directly with the rise of digital music, which all but decimated the sales of physical music copies and things like that. So pretty much the record label is getting a piece of everything that Drake makes, but he's basically getting his money back in the form of this huge business deal, allegedly, right? So this could be one of the biggest reasons why UMG wants this war between Kendrick Lamar and Drake to end because they're losing a ton of money behind this situation. If you really think about it, if you sign a $400 million deal and this is this big of an investment, you're gonna want this whole situation to end because they didn't expect it to take it this far. I think that as a record label, and this is my opinion, like I said, allegedly, if this is true, the record label may have thought that this beef would be beneficial, for them to capitalize, make more revenue. Because really, if you think about it, the music business has been suffering financially for at least the past 20 years or so, especially as the digital age started, which brought in 360 deals. So basically the record label could recruit their profit instead of it just being off of music, but they can recruit it like through your business deals that you have and distribution deals that may arise for the artist, such as, through his multiple business deals that he has for himself, like his record label, clothing, Nike, all of those different deals. Now, with him signing the contract, this contract was one of the biggest deals in music history. So this is a serious situation in regards to Drake and his career and business ties. Now, they asked Kendrick Lamar allegedly to call off the dogs on him because they're saying, look, you're not just hurting Drake, you're hurting a business, you're hurting a conglomerate, you're affecting our ways of making money and eating. Now, with that being said, we do know that this war is officially over. One of the DJs that worked with Kendrick Lamar was reportedly on TMZ and stated like he knows for a fact that the beef is over and Kendrick Lamar allegedly has no intentions on releasing more projects. So maybe he did call the dogs off, but he hasn't put out an apology. Now, they're claiming, of course, with the statement that Kendrick Lamar is kind of like, dude, I'm not putting out no statement of apology. But he may have just decided to just end it peacefully and do it, just naturally without having to do all the, oh, I apologize. Because really think about it, why would he want to apologize to a man who was sitting there saying that he was a woman beater, a man that was basically trying to call him a colorist, he was insulting his entire family, putting his kids in the mix, questioning the paternity of his children, stuff like that. It was just a lot going on in this beef. So we really have to think about it as that as well. Now, the most interesting thing about it too, what would possibly also make Kendrick decide to say, okay, I'm going to let this beef go, is that he also reportedly, allegedly has a publishing deal with Universal Music Group as well. So both of these artists are essentially kind of like colleagues because they're basically attached to the same big conglomerate, which is Universal Music Group. And if he's affecting their income, then, and they work with him and he's a part of the team and they're like, okay, Drake is a part of this team. He's a employee here. We still need him to bring in revenue. Can you calm this down for everybody so we all can still eat? That could be the biggest reason why this beef ended the way that it did. But the biggest question is, why would they come on TMZ and deny it? And I personally feel like one of the biggest reasons is to protect, Drake's image, if that is the case. Now, the statement that I'm going to read right here says, Kendrick Lamar and Drake's feud took another interesting turn thanks to rumors that Universal Music Group were working to put an end to it. But the claim has been debunked. The widely circulated theory surfaced on social media earlier this week, but it was flat out false according to TMZ. Both Kendrick and Drake are signed to Universal Music Group through various subsidiaries and licensing agreements. And anonymous social media accounts were claiming the world's biggest music group company was mediating a resolution between the two artists. Sources have told the publication that Drake and Kendrick and UMG had no meeting and the entire scenario was fabricated. UMG has apparently had no involvement with the beef, according to TMZ sources, they're claiming, and would not interfere with a dispute like this. So now they're saying that story is false. And that's the most interesting part of where I'm trying to go with this. I want to know what you guys think. for this statement to come out. We want to know who wrote this statement and put it out there, right? Because you got major news sources and blogs carrying the story saying that this meeting happened, while you have TMZ saying it's not true. But if we really think about the theory surrounding it, it would make perfectly good sense for them to want to end, or want Kendrick and Drake to end their rivalry in this rap battle, because it took a turn for the worse and it got real gritty and nasty, and there was a lot of mudslinging going on. And then now you're affecting everybody's ability to eat. But I just wanted to review some things about both of the artists and how they're connected, and why it was possible for them to possibly have a meeting that has been denied and debunked. But I wanted to review this because this was news that broke, and everyone's saying, is it a possibility that this could have happened, blah, blah, blah. They're saying that it's not true. But I want to know your thoughts and your opinions on this particular subject. Now I'm going to work on my next video. Now, before I get off of here, I do want to talk about Kendrick Lamar's alleged, connection with UMG. He has a publishing deal with them through his record label. Sources claim, and many articles have stated about that. And this is something that's known, that he works with them. But they do publishing and licensing with him, which means they put his music on different, sports channels. You'll see it on TV or in movies and stuff like that. It's licensed for them to distribute it out to those people. But they don't own his masters. From what I'm seeing, they don't own his masters. They just basically get a percentage of the publishing when they do publish it, and he makes money and revenue from it. But like I said before, everyone is taking a loss due to this beef. And now, it seems like it's coming to a close. But the biggest question is, could this beef reignite? Is there anything left that could happen? I want to hear your thoughts about it, and tell me, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this theory could possibly be true? This conspiracy that they put out in regards to UMG wanting Kendrick to call out the dogs and everything else. All right. And then I'm going to work on some more content, and I'll be back with another video. This is the DJ Jerica podcast, of course, where I talk about entertainment news and world news. If you guys want to hear my extended podcast where I talk about, and share my thoughts about the news that I discuss, make sure you guys follow me and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Trying to get the followers up. I'm at about 100 subs right now on Apple and Spotify, so it's about 200 followers right now, and I'm trying to grow. So it'll be great if you guys are the type of person that like to walk around the house and clean the kitchen, walk, ride a bike, be at work, wherever. You could take me without having to be on camera or having to watch me. You can listen to me. So, that's what a podcast is there for. So I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. I'm going to get this next video done that I told you guys about, the subject I was discussing in regards to this person who broke into Drake's house. If you guys want to hear that, make sure you click it. I'm going to put the thumbnail for that for you guys to click on it, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Much love.